I was just coloring this really big heart. Take a guess. Why do you think I'm coloring a heart? Well, you guessed it. We are talking about love today. Friends, God is love. And God's love changes people's hearts. Okay, let's jump into our story. It's found in the Bible, in the book of Acts, in chapter 9. So once Jesus went back to heaven, Jesus' friends, the disciples, started telling everyone about him. They spent their time teaching and serving others, and when they saw a need, they took care of it. When people were hungry, they found food for them. When other people needed money, the disciples shared their very own money. God is love, and they wanted to share that love with everyone. Well, soon there were more and more people who also loved Jesus. But there were some people who didn't love Jesus. They didn't want others sharing that God is love. One of those people was named Paul. Paul knew about God and God's laws, but he didn't know God's love. But still, God loved Paul. God was going to show Paul his love, and his love was going to change Paul. Let's hear about it.
This is Saul. Saul was a Pharisee who hated the followers of Jesus so much that he would hunt them down to be brought to trial in Jerusalem. And he would even seek to murder them. Saul was uttering threats with every breath, and he was eager to kill the Lord's followers. So he went to the high priest. He asked him to write a letter to the Jews in Damascus that would allow him to arrest any Christians he found there. He wanted to bring them, both men and women, back to Jerusalem in chains. Now Saul went on his way, and as he came near Damascus, a light from heaven flashed around him, and he heard a voice that said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul cried out, "Who are you, Lord?" And the voice said, "I am Jesus. Rise and go into the city, and you will be told what to do." So Saul got up and he opened his eyes, but he couldn't see anything. So the men who were with Saul led him into the city. After 3 days, a man named Ananias came to Saul. He put his hands on Saul, and immediately Saul could see again. And with that, Saul became a follower of Jesus. He became the very thing he had tried to hunt. And he immediately began telling people that Jesus is the Son of God, and he taught them about the mercy of God that he had received. And all who heard him were amazed. He then went by a new name, Paul, as he began preaching not just to the Jewish people, but to everyone.
Paul was so happy. He was happy because not only could he see, but more importantly, he had been changed by God's love. God changed everything about Paul. Paul spent the rest of his life serving others by sharing God's love with them. Paul wanted everyone to know about Jesus and that God is love. What about you, friends? Do you know how much God loves you? He does. God is love. And God loves you no matter what you do, just like he loved Paul. Well, that's it for today. I miss you all so much, and I can't wait to see you again. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.